I am for continuity. I believe in the ideals and principles of President Rodrigo Duterte. One thing we have in common is our love for country and our fellow Filipino. We have dreamed of a comfortable life for all. In this administration, we have dedicated every single day of our lives towards achieving this goal. I vow to continue the good programs that benefited the Filipino people over the past 6 years. Tuloy ang serbisyo, tuloy ang malasakit, tuloy ang tunay na pagbabago. Based on history, kapag bago ang administrasyon, pinapalitan ang lahat ng programa ng nakarang administrasyon, hindi ko po hahayaan na masayang ang nasimulang magagandang proyekto na nakapagpaangat ng pamumuhay ng sambayanan. The Duterte administration has already mapped out concrete plans to sustain our nation's gains amidst unprecedented challenges. All we have to do is to continue to enforce, implement, and improve these programs, all for the welfare of our Filipino people. Pre-pandemic, we have been enjoying a robust economy and financial stability. In fact, Philippines has placed among the fastest growing in Asia. The Duterte administration was on the way to attaining our goal of reducing poverty incidence to 14% by 2022 and steering the nation closer towards a comfortable life for all when the global pandemic struck, testing our fortitude and resilience like never before in recent history. Duterte administration has a three-pillar strategy so that we can rise from the ravages of COVID-19, the gradual and safe reopening of the economy, dahan-dahang pagbubukas sa ekonomiya at pagluwag ng restrictions, timely implementation of the recovery package, ayuda, and the accelerated implementation of the vaccination program, bakuna. Following this key strategy, we will bring people towards recovery. And with the other programs under my administration, where we put our health sector and economy as the pinnacle of our agenda, we will bring people towards prosperity and resilience. In my first year as a senator, I authored and sponsored the passage of Republic Act number 11463 or the Malasakit Center Act, providing financial support to the poor and indigent Filipinos who had been hospitalized. There are now 149 fully operational Malasakit centers nationwide as of today. Padamihin pa natin ito and we will double it in my first 100 days. My goal is that every public hospital in the country will have a Malasakit center. We will bring down to the lowest amount possible, if not zero balance, the hospital bill of our poor people. I would like to emphasize that in my administration, you can expect the same strong stance in the government's fight against corruption, criminality, and drugs. This is crucial in creating an environment conducive for business where everyone will feel safe. Tuloy-tuloy tayo sa pagbabago para sa isang matatag na republika. In my first 100 days, we will pursue the path towards a rapid and inclusive economic recovery. Our priority is to return to pre-pandemic economic status or even surpass it. We must achieve financial stability in my first 100 days while managing the pandemic effectively and prevent reinfections. Following Duterte's strategy, we will open more economic activities, support our tourism industry, and provide recovery packages to hardest hit sectors including the MSMEs and the agriculture and fisheries. We will also identify the 10 million poorest of the poor Filipinos and provide them with financial assistance, ayuda or jobs and make zero-interest loans accessible to them. We shall select priority legislative measures towards economic recovery, such as tax reforms, so we can complete and or complement the comprehensive tax reforms programs of the Duterte administration. We will continue prioritization of infrastructure projects through Build program. We will pursue the inter-island linkage or mega bridge program to help ease travel and improve transport of goods between islands. We've seen how internet has become an essential basic need of each and every Filipino. Thus, we will support the Department of Information and Communications Technologies mission of providing free, quality, and reliable internet connectivity through its free Wi-Fi for all program. In the first 100 days of my administration, 10,000 to 20,000 new sites shall be activated across the country. We must secure the passage of the e-governance bill to establish an integrated, interconnected, and interoperable information and resource sharing communications network in government for speedy delivery of public services. In the Senate right now, I am pushing for the establishment of the Department of Disaster Resilience as well as the Department of Migrant Workers and Overseas Filipinos. If I become president, I will prioritize signing into law the creation of these departments. We shall support the creation of the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. It will focus on our country's disease surveillance capacities. Many small businesses have indeed suffered immediate losses as a result of the pandemic, but many businesses have emerged and have thrived amid these challenging times. The Duterte administration has continued to provide employment facilitation and training programs to enhance the skills of micro, small, and medium entrepreneurs. MSMEs constitute 99.6% of the total number of business entities nationwide. They provide our people the opportunity to earn without huge capital, helping the government reduce the number of our people, including those in rural areas found below the poverty line. We will increase the number of negosyo centers established nationwide and continue the Pondo sa Pagbabago at Pag-asenso P3, which was launched in 2017, a microfinancing scheme alternative to the 5-6 lending scheme. In the midst of the pandemic, the Department of Trade and Industry has also established its COVID-19 assistance to restart enterprises, CARES, that provide simplified and easy-to-access loan services. We will still pursue this. As a senator, I supported the passage of Republic Act 11534, otherwise known as the Corporate Recovery and Tax Incentives for Enterprises Create Act, which lowered the corporate income tax with the objective of helping struggling MSMEs to cope with the pandemic. MSMEs will be the biggest beneficiaries of CREATE. The CREATE law immediately reduces the CIT rate from the current 30% to 20% for MSMEs. Even prior to the pandemic, the President recognized the importance of innovation to enable MSMEs to be a part of the domestic and global supply chain that he signed Republic Act 11293 or the Philippine Innovation Act in 2019. With the growing number of small entrepreneurs in the country, we must also have a regulating body that will oversee the franchise industry. We must protect franchises from possible fraudulent schemes and terms that will put them in a disadvantageous position. I agree that Build program is a banner achievement of the Duterte administration. And I also believe that we can use the Build program to fuel our economic recovery. We are an archipelago. We need connectivity. This is the reason why we have inaugurated many airports, seaports, roads and bridges under the Duterte administration, so we can reach the farthest places in the country. Although we may be burdened by the cost, the build must not be stopped. Hindi dapat ihinto ang magandang programang ito, hanapan ng paraan para mapondohan ang mga proyekto sa ilalim ng programang ito. To sustain build, we will partner with the private sector, improve and strongly pursue the collection of taxes, and exercise prudent fiscal management. To ensure build programs integrity, we will intensify our anti-corruption efforts and promote freedom of information in the program. As President, I will continue to address bureaucratic hurdles. I have co-authored and co-sponsored Republic Act 11517, an act expediting the processing and issuance of national and local permits, licenses, and certifications in times of national emergency. I will ensure that this law is implemented so that the objectives of the law are met. As a probinsyano, I want to see equal opportunities across the regions. Walang isla ang mapag-iiwanan. Contrary to the question, the agriculture and fisheries sector managed to grow by an annual average of 1.6% from 2017 to 2020, while the sector's production decreased by 0.2% from the last 2 years. This remains minimal. Food security is an integral element of our national security. Hungry people are angry people. Having said this, we will continue to build agricultural support systems and infrastructure such as farm-to-market roads. As part of our priority measures, we must establish by law the Rural Agricultural and Fisheries Development Financing System. As many of you know, the President signed the Republic Act 10969 or the free irrigation law in 2019. We shall likewise enhance the irrigation of farmlands. Ipagpapatuloy at papalawigin natin ang National Rice Program, Rice Competitiveness Enhancement Fund, at iba pang programa para sa mga magsasaka at mangingisda. We must invest heavily in the establishment of regional and big provincial storage facilities equipped with central refrigerated warehouses, chilling rooms, freezer storage, ice plants, blast freezers, and refrigerated processing rooms, among others. This will prevent wastage of farm produce like what happened to some vegetable farmers who had to dump their unsold ripe tomatoes on the roadside in Benguet, for example. We must promote agripreneurship. Kailangan ang mindset nila ay hindi lang ang pagiging magsasaka at mangingisda. Turuan natin sila at iba pang kasapi ng kanilang pamilya sa pagninegosyo. Halimbawa, imbis na magtanim ng mais, mag-harvest nito ng ilang beses sa isang taon at magbenta sa palengke sa murang halaga, bakit hindi natin tuturuan kung paano gumawa ng animal feeds, ingredients, gamit ang mais bilang pangunahing ingredient? Bigyan natin sila ng dignidad na hindi lang sila ang pangkaraniwang mga magsasaka at mangingisda. Gagawin din natin silang mga negosyante. We must give them free business skills and technological trainings. We must give more incentives to children of farmers, such as better scholarship grants, to encourage them to continue farming. Marami sa mga anak ng mga magsasaka natin ang ayaw ng magtrabaho bilang magsasaka. Marami sa kanila ang pupunta na sa lungsod para magtrabaho bilang kargador construction workers at kasambahay. Darating ang panahon na kukonti na lang ang may gustong maging magsasaka. Sino na ngayon ang magtatanim ng mga pagkaing ating kakainin? Hindi naman pwedeng lahat ay iasa natin sa pag-aangkat. Hindi na tayo magiging food sufficient. Kalaunan, mamumulubi na lang tayo sa ibang bansa para sa ating pagkain. As a senator, I have supported the passage of Republic Act 11524, also known as the Coconut Farmers and Industry Trust Fund Act. Ito po yung pinangako ni Pangulong Duterte noong 2016, which provides for the creation of a trust fund for the country's coconut industry and its workers. This is long overdue since funds were recovered by the government nearly 10 years ago after decades of litigation. Some quarters believe that economic recovery will happen in 2023, but we aim to recover by 2022. Magtulungan lang po tayo at kailangan po kooperasyon ng bawat isa. In the immediate term, we shall provide assistance to MSMEs. As I have mentioned earlier, to this end, we must strengthen the capacity of the Land Bank of the Philippines and the Development Bank of the Philippines in order to provide much-needed access to credit and financial assistance to distressed businesses, including MSMEs, strategically important companies and other businesses affected by the pandemic. We must also lower the overall cost of borrowing for MSMEs. MSME support is a critical job-saving intervention as these enterprises hire approximately 9 million people or 63% of the workforce. Government financial institutions shall be mandated to expand their credit programs in order to assist affected MSMEs in meeting their liquidity needs. In the long term, we must focus on rural development and pump prime commercial and industrial developments outside Metro Manila, as well as develop growth corridors outside of NCR and Luzon. The Duterte administration has made government more responsive by institutionalizing reforms to streamline government processes such as the signing of Republic Act 11032 or the Ease of Doing Business Act, the creation of an Anti-Red Tape Authority or ARTA, facilitating the transition to e-governance, and the implementation of the Philippine ID system, among others. I have a pending bill in the Senate, the proposed e-governance act that I filed on my first year as a senator. It can serve partly as a blueprint and model on how we can transform many processes into digitalized form. On education, I will see to it that each and every poor family will have at least one graduate. The Duterte administration ensured greater access to quality education and training. Republic Act 10931, also known as the Universal Access to Quality Tertiary Education Act, signed by President Duterte, successfully provides underprivileged Filipino students the opportunity to pursue college degrees through free tuition and exemption from other fees in state colleges and universities. Isa ito sa mga legacies ng Duterte administration na kailangan nating ipagpatuloy. An estimated 1.6 million poor Filipino students are now in school without paying for their tuition and miscellaneous fees because of the government's free higher education program. We also need to equip our people with additional skills and trainings such as financial literacy programs for high school and college students, digital literacy given the increasing use of the internet in our economy, and youth entrepreneurship so that their business skills will be polished even when they are still young. We must provide our students better and easier access to international quality education through the Transnational Higher Education Act or Republic Act number 11448 signed by President Duterte last August 2019. Doing this will make our students more globally competitive. We must continue also to provide technical and vocational education and skills trainings through TESDA Malasakit, especially in the fields of tourism, agriculture and fisheries, electrical and electronic, construction and social community development. What they promise, we have already delivered. We have a proven track record of competence and compassionate service. The Duterte administration has accomplished so much, far more than what previous administrations have done. We only need to sustain the gains of this administration. And in order to ensure the continuity of these achievements and gains under the able leadership of President Duterte, I am presenting myself to the public. Hindi ko hahayaan na masayang lang ang lahat ng pagod at efforts ng Duterte administration. Hindi natin sisirain ang legacy ni Pangulong Duterte. Nakita nyo naman po sa loob ng 5 taon, tahimik tayong nagtatrabaho, hindi po tayo mahilig magpabida. Hintayin nyo na lang ang resulta. Let my track record speak for itself. I am an action man. Ang bisyo ko ay magserbisyo. Naniniwala po ako na minsan lang tayo dadaan sa mundong ito. Kung ano pong kabutihan o tulong na pwede nating gawin sa ating kapwa-tao, gawin na po natin ngayon. Dahil hindi na po tayo babalik sa mundong ito. Ako po ang inyong Mr. Malasakit. Uunahin ko ang bayan at ang Pilipino sa pagbibigay ng serbisyong walang tulog. Tutulungan natin ang lahat. Ito ang serbisyong Tatak Duterte. Ituloy ang pagbabago